Happy Friday, everyone. I hope your first Friday of 2022 was fantastic. Welcome to my first edition of Keeping It Real with Alex Cardinale here in 2022. Now, you guys know that I am a die-hard Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. I've always been a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, and I will always be a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. And I was very excited when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won Super Bowl 55 last year. It was only our second Super Bowl victory. Well, we could be on our way to winning Super Bowl 56 this year, but only time will tell. Today, I have a very controversial topic on a very controversial figure, a very controversial former Tampa Bay Buccaneers player, and a very controversial professional football player. Today, I'm going to talk about Antonio Brown. Now, it goes without saying that former Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver Antonio Brown was instrumental in providing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers their Super Bowl win last year, along with Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. But Antonio Brown's behavior is totally uncalled for as a professional football player. What he did this past Sunday in the game against the Jets is an embarrassment to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization. So, on this episode of Keeping It Real with Alex Cardinale, I am going to explain why I think Antonio Brown is a disgrace to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans, the National Football League, and the National Football League fans. Not only did Antonio Brown show bad behavior and unprofessionalism with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he has done it with several other teams as well. So he has a history of being unprofessional and bad behavior. So I hope that Antonio Brown never gets to touch a football in the NFL again because there's no place for bad behavior like raping people and abuse in the NFL, in my personal opinion. I personally think Antonio Brown is suffering from some mental illness, but that is no excuse to do what he did on Sunday. I also think he is lying to get attention. I read the statement he made about our head coach, Bruce Arians, and I fully believe if he is as injured as he says he is, our head coach would not allow him to go play. I think he did this for a publicity stunt, and I think he did this to get attention and make himself look like a fool, and that he did. But that's not the basis of today's video. I want to go over the entire bad behavior that has happened in his career. So I have compiled a list on my phone that I'm going to read to you. These are everything that Antonio Brown has done in his career as a NFL football player. And this is going to prove to you why Antonio Brown is a disgrace. So if you look, you're not going to be able to see it because it's in red text. But if you look how long this is. This is all stuff about Antonio Brown. And if you're a professional football player, that does not look good for you. So here is why I think Antonio Brown is a disgrace. During and before the 2018 season, Antonio Brown was embroiled in numerous incidents in addition to causing tension with the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. This included tossing furniture out of his 14th floor apartment window in April, nearly hitting a 22-month-old child on the patio below, and getting cited for speeding in the excess of 100 miles per hour along a suburban Pittsburgh highway. Brown was later sued for the April incident and reached a settlement with the family of the child in April 2019. In February 2019, a judge ruled him guilty of reckless driving in the speeding incident, and Brown received a fine. Okay, so the speeding incident, not really a big deal to me because a lot of people speed, but throwing a furniture piece out the window and almost hitting and possibly killing a 22-month-old child is something that I cannot forgive. Here's another one. On September 10th, 2019, Antonio Brown's former trainer, Brittany Taylor, filed a lawsuit alleging he sexually assaulted her on 3 occasions. She claimed that he exposed himself on her, ejaculated on her back, that is fucking gross, and raped her. Antonio Brown and his legal team denied the allegations, but I believe it did happen. On January 13th, 2020, following several domestic incidents in which police were called to Antonio Brown's home in Hollywood, Florida, the Hollywood Police Department said they no longer wanted Brown to be associated with their youth league. The Hollywood Police Department returned a check from Brown and issued a trespass order preventing him from being involved with their youth league while saying in a statement, "We do not want him to continue to affect our youth or influence them in a negative way." And that he does. Days later, on January 21st, it was reported that Antonio Brown and an accomplice had attacked a moving truck driver at the home. Glenn Holt, working as Antonio Brown's trainer, was arrested while a warrant for Brown's arrest was issued a day later with a felony charge of battery and burglary. He turned himself in a night later on January 23rd. So he has a history of insanity and creating crimes and committing crimes. And then last week, in week 17, during the third quarter of the Buccaneers' 28-24 win over the New York Jets, Antonio Brown took his jersey, shoulder pads, glove, and shirt off and ran off the field into the locker room. Buccaneers head coach Bruce Arians said in a post-game press conference that Brown is no longer a Buccaneer. Later, Arians spoke to Fox Sports' Jay Glazer after the game, explaining he tried to get Brown to go into the game and Brown refused. Arians tried to get Brown to go in again and he refused, which is when Arians told Brown to leave. When asked if he saw Brown take his jersey off, Aaron said he did, and he had never seen anything like it in all my years. Tom Brady, in the same press conference, stated, "We all love him. We want the best for him, but it won't be with our team." So here is where I think what Antonio Brown did is unprofessional, and here is why I think it's a lie when he says that Bruce Arians tried to force him in the game. The night before the game with the Jets, Antonio Brown invited an Instagram model to his hotel room for sex, which is against COVID policies in the NFL. But anyway, the Instagram model claims that she had hotel sex with Antonio Brown the night before the on field meltdown. And the model said that Antonio Brown told her to watch the game. And he told her to tell all her friends and family members and everybody she knows to watch the game because something crazy is going down tomorrow. And then the stunt happened where he took off his shirt and all his equipment and ran around like a lunatic. So if that doesn't prove to you that he's lying about being forced in there with an injury, then I don't know what will. So that is why I think Antonio Brown is a um, bad NFL player, a bad Tampa Bay Buccaneers player, and that is why I think he does not belong in the NFL, and more importantly, why I think he is a disgrace to professional football. Thank you for watching my rant on Antonio Brown. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. If you don't agree with me or you hate this video, I don't give a fuck either. But thank you for listening to my opinion, and I will see you next Friday for the next episode of Keeping It Real with Alex Cardinale.